In the endless black of space, one tiny machine journeyed farther than any dream. Built by human hands, guided by courage, it traveled for 7 long years before
When Cassini arrived, the gas giant unveiled itself in a world of
For 13 years, Cassini would orbit this world, watching its ever-changing face and the dance of its moons.
It sent home more than 600 gigabytes of data. Light turned into knowledge.
From that data, thousands of discoveries bloomed, rewriting what humanity knew about the outer solar system. Titan became one of its greatest mysteries, a world with lakes, clouds, and a nitrogen sky like Earth's ancient past.
Cassini's probe touched Titan's surface, the first landing ever beyond the asteroid belt.
Beneath its twilight glow, lakes of methane and ethane shimmered like mirrors of another world.
And then came Enceladus, a tiny moon yet alive with energy. From its frozen crust,
Cassini discovered more than 100 plumes, proof of a global ocean beneath the ice, perhaps hiding the chemistry of life.
those same plumes built Saturn's faint E-ring, the bluest ring in the solar system, glowing only when backlit by the sun. Every orbit brought new risk, but also new wonder. Cassini had become our eyes in a place no human could ever stand. It found 6 new moons, tiny worlds circling a giant, each with its own story carved in ice and shadow.
Its sensors read the unseen, the pull of Saturn's magnetic field, the whisper of charged particles between the rings. Each signal, each photon of light, carried a story, and scientists across the world listened.
But after 13 years, its journey neared its final chapter. Cassini was about to perform.
The mission's finale was called the Grand Finale, a daring plunge through the gap between the rings and the planet itself.
For the first time, a human machine would thread the space between Saturn and its rings, a ring closer than ever before.
As it crossed the poles, Cassini beheld Saturn's crown, a hexagonal storm so massive it could swallow Earth whole.
Cassini's new orbit brought it closer to Saturn than ever before, brushing the edges of a world no probe had ever dared to touch.
Each dive through the rings was a leap into danger, a corridor of rock and ice where silence could shatter at any moment.
Yet Cassini endured, guided by steady hands a billion miles away on Earth.
From this impossible height, Saturn unfolded in full glory.
Weller. On September 8, 2017, Cassini turned once more toward Enceladus.
Water vapor burst from beneath its crust, feeding the delicate E-ring like breath from a frozen ocean.
In the right light, the E-ring turned sapphire, color, the bluest natural structure in the solar system.
That was Cassini's final look at Enceladus, one last farewell to a world that may cradle life.
3 days later, Cassini looked back to its giant host to capture its most breathtaking mosaic.
That image revealed every ring, a form, a celestial symphony of light and gravity.
Even Saturn's shadow was art, a gentle sweep across the canvas of its own rings.
It was summer in the north, and the legendary hexagon storm spun in calm, endless motion.
Under natural light, soft bands crossed the planet's clouds, a portrait painted in pastels of sunlight.
Even in darkness, Saturn was never truly dark, for its nights bathed in the glow of its own rings.
The light of the rings shimmered softly below Val, proof that in Saturn's night, even shadows shine.
As the sun dipped low, enormous cloud towers cast shadows stretching for miles across Saturn's skies.
That single frame spanned 5,000 kilometers, wide enough for Titan to fit within. On September 13th, Cassini sought a tiny guardian, Daphnis, the shepherd moon of the A ring.
Its gravity carved waves that rippled ahead and lagged behind, cruel. A delicate dance between dust and gravity.
Cassini witnessed gravity made visible fell. The music of motion froze her in light.
That same day, Cassini turned to Titan, the world it had studied more than any other.
Titan's skies were thick with nitrogen and haze, concealing a landscape of rivers, lakes, and mystery. Beneath Titan's gaze, the uneven F-ring shimmered, a fragile thread binding moon and planet. Then came a final glimpse, Enceladus sliding behind Saturn's golden edge, vanishing into silence.
Cassini's last image showed the region where it would soon fall, a quiet, glowing horizon.
After that, the cameras went silent. Every last watt of power was devoted to science.
At a speed of 123,000 kilometers per hour, Cassini began its final dive, a fall into the unknown.
The first wisps of atmosphere touched its hull. The thrusters fought to keep the antenna locked on Earth.
The signal held, steady, defiant, carrying the last breath of a 20-year journey.
And then, the thrusters failed. Cassini tumbled into silence, its final whisper lost to Saturn's winds.
75 minutes later, across 1 billion kilometers, Cassini's final signal reached Earth.
In silence, the engineers and scientists watched, the heartbeat of Cassini slowing, then stopping.
In that moment, Cassini was gone. But its story had only just begun.
2 decades of exploration, billions of kilometers traveled, a saga written in starlight.
Even in its final seconds, Cassini sent treasures, readings of Saturn's air, dust, and magnetic soul.
It captured the unseen, the electric breath of Saturn, the rhythm of a planet's heart.
Its discoveries reshaped the search for life, proving that even in frozen shadows, the spark may endure. Cassini gave us the most complete portrait of Saturn's family, a miniature solar system, rich with mystery.
More than 4,000 papers born from its data, each one a piece of Cassini's legacy.
From our small blue world, we had reached out and touched the rings of another.
Now, Cassini's ashes drift within Saturn's skies, united forever with the world it revealed.
But its end was not an ending. It lives on, in every image.
Inspired by Cassini, new missions rise, built on the lessons it gave us.
One of them is Dragonfly, a flying laboratory destined to explore Titan's strange and silent world. Unlike Cassini, it will not only observe Nolang, it will wander Titan's surface, searching for the chemistry of life itself.
Because that is what Cassini taught us. The farther we reach, the more we find ourselves.
From the moment it left Earth to the second it fell, Cassini carried our hopes, our questions, our courage.
It showed us storms larger than planets, rings made of shattered moons, and beauty beyond imagination.
Cassini's fall was not its death, it was its transformation, a final act of devotion to the stars.
In the light of Saturn's dawn, Cassini still shines, a monument to